One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. My name is Alice Banda and our sign language interpreter is Renard Semkonda. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Luansha Central Business District road works almost complete. Government to continue implementing health sector reforms. Chipikula Primary School in Chipata records reduction in pupil absenteeism. Plus, government announces 2023-2024 crop forecast survey. The news in detail. Rehabilitation works of road works in the Central Business District of Luansha is almost complete. The roadworks are being implemented at a cost of over 4.5 million kwacha. More in this report.
The rehabilitation works of H. Golf Road in Luansha's Central Business District are now nearing completion. The road, which has remained closed for over 8 months to pave way for rehabilitation, posed a challenge to its users.
The time this road was closed, the only place where we used to work from this roundabout. So it's not been easy.
Having not seen a facelift for over 50 years, the road has been reconstructed using pavers and cement, and also a complete overhaul of its drainage system has been done.
Many factors that has contributed to it, but above all, the project is complete. We are almost done. Come Monday next week, we are surrendering the road to the public so that they can start using it. As we remain putting up the street lights, we'll be doing the street lights.
Residents are happy with the development.
As Luansha residents, because the years back we had portals there, and you'd find people planting bananas in those portals, more like mocking the people who are actually in charge of this place. But this is good work actually, I'm impressed.
A very good move, and it's a welcome move. We are so excited, so at least we can start using this road.
The road rehabilitation works speak to the government's continued effort in road infrastructure development. Karen Mshenywa, ZANIS, Luansha District.
We now have our health segment. Government says it will continue to implement critical health sector reforms to foster the capacity of the country's health system. Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, says her ministry recognizes the critical role played by health workers in the developmental agenda of the nation. Ms. Masebo said that is the reason government has continued addressing the demands of a functional education system in the health sector to ensure that education and training align with the health needs of the people. She said this in a speech read on her behalf by Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Administration Christopher Simonga at the Levi Mwanawasa Medical University 4th graduation ceremony in Lusaka.
They eagerly await to be conferred with their respectable qualifications at the Levi Mwanawasa Medical University LMMU 4th graduation ceremony. For these graduates, the end of the road at the medical university means a transition into another phase to serve in the health sector. Vice Chancellor at LMMU, Professor Elwin Chomba, was on hand to remind the graduates of their critical responsibility.
You, our graduates, are among the most privileged in our society. It is to you that we look to lead and reshape the aspiration of the nation, but today of elementary, and ensure that you aim for excellence as you serve the nation, communities, and indeed your own families. You now have the skills to start you off so that you can start contributing in all the different parts of health provision in the country.
And Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, through the Permanent Secretary Administration in the ministry, Christopher Simonga, reiterated government's commitment to enhancing the health sector.
Our ministry acknowledges the vital role played by the health sector in both the economy and the well-being of our nation. Therefore, we are dedicated to ensuring that qualified personnel deliver healthcare services at all levels, as outlined in the National Health Strategic Plan for 2022 to 2026. I commend Levy Manawasa Medical University for its contribution to producing highly skilled health professionals.
Graduates Meritin Zila and Inambao Chingombe have pledged to utilize their skills to impact the sector.
Things that are acquired here, I'm sure they will really help out there in society, knowing that we usually have a shortage of health workers, and we have a lot of challenges in terms of illnesses, shortages. So I feel when I go out there in society and I join this health sector, I'll be able to use my skills and bring about change.
This has come to me with a lot of joy, and I'm here to assure the public that this is a very good school where we can send our young ones to come and learn from this institution, Levy Manawasa. And also I'm here to give an assurance that the skill that I've gotten from this institution, I will impart the knowledge that I've acquired from this institution to the area where I come from, and that is Western Province, and also to make sure that I give the skill to the entire Zambia.
A total of 2,024 students have graduated in various disciplines at the ceremony. Ntazanga Mumba for ZANIS in Lusaka.
If you're missing a girl by the name of Eva.
Still in health news, Chief Chikanta of Kalomo District has called for the deployment of specialist medical personnel in rural health facilities in his chiefdom. He said this will help enhance access to specialist health care services. The traditional leader was speaking when a team of doctors from the Zambia Flying Doctor Service called on him. Details in this report.
Government has continued making strides in advancing access to universal health care services in rural areas through the construction of rural health facilities across the country. Despite this, some rural health facilities lack specialist medical personnel, which in turn causes rural communities to seek specialist health care services in neighboring towns away from communities they reside. This is the case in Chief Chikanta's chiefdom in Kalomo's Dundumwezi constituency, where despite the presence of various health facilities in the area, the lack of medical specialists to handle intricate medical cases remains a concern for the traditional leadership.
Our chiefdom is a typical rural chiefdom. Where we are here is 109 kilometers from Choma or 110 kilometers from Kalomo. From either side, it's very far. So we need adequate personnel that would include a doctor or doctors, so that we reduce referring to Macha or Choma or Kalomo.
For the Zambia Flying Doctor Service, who just completed a medical outreach in Kalomo district, where they offered various specialist healthcare services, the need for specialist healthcare in rural health facilities is crucial.
Zambia Flying Doctor Service has conducted a successful outreach in Kalomo district. We have seen over 1,050 patients. We need to bridge the gap when it comes to offering specialized medical care in the rural areas, providing eye, dental, general surgery, obstetric and gynecology. These services can be decentralized from the big hospitals. If surgeons can be brought on site, even in the mini hospitals, our theaters become operational. We are able to provide even better care for people in the rural areas.
Liseli Simusole, ZANIS, in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
The construction of a modern maternity annex, a theatre, and a mini mortuary at Nsama Rural Health Post using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund is progressing well. The project is being implemented at a cost of over 3.7 million kwacha, and the Northern Province Secretary Bernard Mpondo has expressed happiness at the quality of the workmanship being exhibited by the 3 contractors working on the projects. Details in this report.
The construction of a modern maternity annex, a theatre and a mini mortuary at Nsama Rural Health Center in Nsama District is progressing well. These facilities are being constructed using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation at a cost of over 3.7 million kwacha. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has inspected the works and is pleased with the quality workmanship being exhibited by the 3 local contractors working on the projects.
First, I think all the 3 contractors who are working on these facilities here at Nsama, they are moving within time. And the quality so far is looking perfect. We're very, very happy. When you come to the maternity wing, which is modern, beautiful stuff, it is almost at rental level. It's the theater, which is at box level. But even them, they are moving within time. Here is the mortuary. Superstructure, done and dusted.
David Siame is Nsama Town Council chairperson.
I'm also happy that all the contractors who are doing this works are local contractors. The Nsama-born contractors who are even staying in Nsama.
Currently, we have got 3 projects that are running with sponsorship, with funding from CDF. So we have the maternity annex. The other building that is adjacent to it is the theatre ward. The third and final project that is being implemented here at Nsama Rural Health Center is the mini mortuary.
And health authorities say the upgrading of Nsama Rural Health Center is timely.
So these infrastructures will help us reduce transferring cases and also to help us as Nsama to bring more doctors and more health personnel to our district.
For ZANIS News in Nsama District, I am Patrick Kabwe.
Outgoing Central Province Minister Princess Kasune says government is aware of the increasing demand for quality healthcare services. Ms. Kasone was speaking during the commissioning of the Vocational Center of Excellency at Kabwe Central Hospital. Details in the following report.
Solidamed Zambia has handed over a Vocational Center of Excellence at Kabwe Central Hospital to the government. The infrastructure was financed by Leicesterton Development Services. Outgoing Central Province Minister Princess Kasune has expressed gratitude to Solidamed and Leicesterton Development Services for the commitment to improving health systems in the country.
Government is actually aware there are increasing demands of quality health services and that these health services need strengthening, and quality health services needs health professionals who are the best and indeed the brightest students who come to us to devote their profession, their lives to the Zambian people, and that is where you come in. And to that we are grateful.
Leicesterton Minister of Foreign Affairs, Education and Sports, Dominic Hasler, has disclosed that approximately $17 million has been provided in Zambia for various projects since 2007.
Since 2007, the Liechtenstein government, through the LED, has intensified its activities with a focus on vocational training. Approximately 17 million of US dollars have been provided by Liechtenstein for projects in Zambia since 2007. And since 2009, we are very thankful that with Solidarmed, we have found a highly professional and reliable implementing partner of the LED in Zambia.
And Provincial Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanakampwe has warned management at Kabwe School of Nursing against abusing resources.
These kind of infrastructure are coming from cooperating partners who have sacrificed their hard-earned resources to come and make life easier for our people here in Kabwe and Central Province. And therefore it calls for all of us to take responsibility.
The center has 17 bed spaces, learning resource room accommodating 24 students, and the lecture room accommodating 100 students. ZANIS reports in Kabwe, Central Province.
Government has constructed a maternity annex at Kandende Rural Health Center using the Constituency Development Fund Western Province Minister, who is also Nkeema Member of Parliament, Kapelwa Mbangweta, says the facility symbolizes government's commitment towards improving mother and child health care in rural communities. More in the following report.
This was a state of a maternity annex at Kandende Rural Health Center, which was no longer fit for human habitation due to its deplorable state. Expectant mothers opted to give birth from their homes, leading to high maternal and mortality rates. However, Nkeema Town Council is making strides in reducing maternal and child mortality rates in the district through the construction of maternity annexes at health facilities using the Constituency Development Fund.
I want to state that this project has costed us a total amount of money amounting to 480,000 kwacha. In view of the above, Minister, I want to report to you that the job is not over. As Council sitting down with the CDF committee, chairperson and the team to look into some critical areas, to look for a bit of money here and there to ensure that the critical element of the sluice room is actually revisited.
Nkeema Town Council chairperson highlighted successes scored by his council.
Last week, I attended 2 meetings. In Kaoma, where we had that meeting, our council, Nkeema Town Council, we were given the average in the province. We scored 58% out of the total councils that we have in the province. The only council that managed to beat us, it was Kaoma, which scored 62.
The district commissioner, Ellis Mkubesa, applauds teamwork which has brought this development.
All what is happening here in Kandende, it's happening in other wards. This cannot come when there is misunderstanding within the team. But I'm telling you that there is a teamwork in Nkeema.
Western Province Provincial Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta, who is also Nkeema Member of Parliament, has reaffirmed government's commitment towards improving mother and child health in the communities.
What we've just done to hand over a maternity annex typifies the implementation of policies under the visionary leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema. In the context of the past and the present, we will even have more deliveries now here at the hospital rather than in the villages, because before there was no proper privacy. And this is the reason that even if the government would say don't deliver in the homes, people would still deliver in the homes.
District Health Director has discouraged women from delivering from homes.
This time we have a modern maternity annex and we don't have any reason delivering home, because there is a lot of complications when a woman delivers home.
Women in the area expressed their joy by the coming of this facility. Enoch Kaneta, ZANIS News, Nkeema District, Western Province.
We take our first break. We have more stories, including education news. Stay tuned.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conduct that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the TOPSTAR channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH on TOPSTAR. Don't miss.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, TOPSTAR platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. In education news, Chipikula Primary School in Chipata District has recorded a reduction in cases of absenteeism affecting female learners. This is after Living Water International constructed water and sanitation facilities at the school to help improve hygiene levels. More in the following report.
Menstruation is one of the leading causes of absenteeism by girls in schools, as most learning institutions do not have menstrual facilities like washrooms to cater for the girl child. A visit at Chipikola Primary School in Chipata revealed that about 4 girls would previously miss school on a daily basis due to menstrual hygiene concerns. They now share a different story after Living Water International came to their aid.
Toilets here, which you can see around here. They have their school wash and they have a bathroom inside. It is very comfortable.
School authorities and parents equally share in this joy.
Able to go and wash, take a bath whenever they are attending, and then this has helped them a lot because they don't miss lessons. Because previously they used to miss lessons. Sometimes a child would come, a girl would come, and then at break time when she sees that she has messed up, she would get permission and go for good. Meaning even the following day, this girl will not be in class. The third day, this girl will not be in class. Especially the grade 9s who are in an examination class, we are not worried. There are 27 girls. All of them come on a daily basis.
As a community, we have sat down and formed the executive committee to work in hand with the school so that we can have the facility being maintained and being put in good use.
Peter Mwebesa is the project manager and he shared more details of the project.
Our intervention in the month of August 2023, beginning with the piped water system that has been able to serve the people. But then after the piped water system, we also had to intervene with the waterborne toilets. These toilets are specific because they need a certain quantity of water. So we had to apply the water first and then the toilets later. And this was immediately followed with the construction of an incinerator to help the disposal of the wastes of the menstrual hygiene management system.
And outgoing Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Mike Mposha, who recently visited the school, appreciated the partnership between government and Living Water International.
We are very grateful with the support that we are giving through Ministry of Water to the various sectors like the Ministry of Education. I'm very impressed with also the design of those ablution blocks, which have been also equipped with shower rooms for our female learners.
Abigail Kashweka reporting in Chipata.
Education news continues. Mumbwa Acting District Commissioner Patrick Mwalula has commended the contractor constructing a 1x3 classroom block at Shiwezwa Primary School for quality workmanship. Dr. Mwalula has urged local contractors to maintain high standards when working on constituency development fund projects to safeguard their reputation. He said this when he conducted an inspection of the ongoing project being built at a cost of over 846,000 kwacha. Take a look at this report.
The construction of a 1x3 classroom block at Shiwezwa Primary School, funded by the Constituency Development Fund at a cost of over 800,000 kwacha, is nearing completion. This development has excited Mumbwa Acting District Commissioner Dr. Patrick Mwalula, who inspected the structure.
We are not being disappointed in the manner you are doing the projects, so we must recommend you that such a kind of approach will continue until the last bit of piece that you are going to put on this project. We don't want, when we come back now, the windows will be different because it was approved that we are doing fine.
Contractor Hometown Acres Enterprises has also expressed her gratitude for being selected for the project.
I'm so happy because I never thought that as a lady
I can be picked to do such a project like this. But to the government, I'm saying thank you, because it has also helped the community here. You know, this is a time of hunger, but they have also benefited in a way that they are getting something, at least in their homes. There is no hunger.
Shiwezwa Primary School acting head teacher Eni Fangoma, along with a grade 5 pupil, Prince Kanjengo, have shared their excitement about the new classroom block.
It will help us to split the learners, to accommodate the learners. In short, it will help us as a long way, as a way of helping us to have normal classes. Unlike the
desks were small, the classes was elite. Others are coming in the afternoon, others are coming in the morning. Also, what I can say I thank the government for forbidding us a new classroom.
Krugasiankuru, ZANIS, Mumbwa.
Now, Minister of Technology and Science, Felix Mutati, says increasing internet access and digital literacy for the youths can help unlock the country's digital transformation potential. Mr. Mutati was speaking in a speech read for him by the Minister of Technology and Science, Director Communications Milna Makuni, at the 2024 Empower Summit launch in Lusaka last night. And North Mid Assemblies of God Church General Overseer Joshua Banda says the church is committed to partnering with the government to meet the country's aspirations. The summit, which is a 4-day event that gathers emerging leaders for mentoring so as to empower them to excel in their sphere of influence.
I extend my deepest thanks to Bishop Dr. Joshua H.K. Banda for partnering with the Ministry of Technology and Science as we launch the Empower Summit 2024 and the theme Identify, Incubate, Develop, Transforming Innovations into Commercial Realities. This event marks a groundbreaking collaboration between the church and the government for innovation, job creation, and economic transformation.
It is Africa's time. And it is Zambia's time. The youth make up 60% of Zambia's labor force. And on the downside, female youth are more likely to be unemployed than male youth. We, as North Mid Assembly of God Church, through the Empower Summit initiative, want to play a role in turning those tables and being able to provide space for this very critical demographic to position itself to the advancement of the aspirations of our nation.
In other news, Chief Justice Momba Malila says the judiciary is in the process of increasing the number of magistrates to be designated to anti-gender-based violence GBV fast-track courts in the country to improve the quality of justice provided to GBV survivors. Chai Wunkoma reports that the Chief Justice was speaking during the official launch of the anti-GBV fast-track court in Solwezi district. Details in the following report.
In a bid to curb the escalating number of the gender-based violence GBV cases in the country, government has embarked on the construction and opening of the anti-GBV fast-track courts in the country with the support from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. This initiative was spread to Northwestern Province, where the anti-gender-based violence fast-track court has been launched. Northwestern Province judge in charge gives highlights of the gender-based violence GBV cases in the region.
In 2022, a total of 1,509 cases were reported in the province. In the year 2023, 1,458 cases were reported. However, during the first quarter of this year, a total of 369 cases were reported. Sadly, in spite of the high number of these cases being reported at the police, very few cases are being brought before court.
The cooperating partners have this to say.
We are committed to intensifying work on gender-based violence, including support to strengthening legislative and policy frameworks to end GBV in Zambia.
Partnerships, of course, will be key to success, and the UN remains open to building strategic partnerships with local communities, traditional leaders, private sector, civil society, and of course government institutions across the board in order to ensure sustainability of these special courts.
Provincial Minister has appreciated the opening of the anti-gender-based violence court.
On behalf of the people of Northwestern Province, I therefore want to thank the government of Inland for their continued support towards ending GBV. I salute you.
The Chief Justice has pledged to increase the number of magistrates to newly established court.
We are thus very grateful that these gender-based violence courts, which are equipped with facilities that will enable victims to testify through facilities that keep them away from the physical presence of perpetrators, will help us to deal with these cases expeditiously and more efficiently.
Reporting for ZANIS News, I am Chebun Koma, Nsorezi District, Northwestern Province.
We take our last break. Stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on TOPSTAR. Don't miss.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, TOPSTAR platform, Channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. And now in agriculture news. Government has revealed that the country has recorded a total net deficit of 2.1 million metric tons of maize and other crops. Minister of Agriculture Ruben Mutolo says the reduction in production of most of the crops has resulted into the national food balance sheet for cereals and tubers for the 2024 to 2025 marketing season to reflect a deficit in the country's food supply. Mr. Mtolo said this during the official announcement of the crop forecasting survey results for the 2023-2024 agriculture season and the food security status for the 2024 marketing season in Lusaka. The agriculture minister stated that government is facilitating the importation of more than 600,000 metric tons of white non-GMO maize to mitigate the deficit for the 2024-2025 marketing season to provide relief and support to drought-affected households. Mr. Mtolo indicated that the importation will enable the Food Reserve Agency to enhance community maize sales and create easy access of the staple crop to affected households. He added that government is engaging farmers and farmer entities to undertake the production of winter and early maize to cover up the deficit in the 2024-2025 marketing season. Government has urged the people of Lunte district to invest in irrigation to increase crop production. Lunte District Commissioner Joseph Chilando says people need to take advantage of the initiatives by government to provide inputs through programs like the Emergency Wetland Program to grow more food. The District Commissioner said this in an interview with the Zambia News and Information Services in Lunte District.
Again, as the district, we have also benefited from the Ministry of Community Development and Social Welfare, where we were given a caseload of 3,000 under emergency relief, which we went up to 60,000 plus. So 60,000 plus people are going to benefit from emergency relief under social welfare, which is a plus as a district, meaning we are not going to have poverty, because in all the angles I think this government has tackled. You know, we have people who are benefiting, those elderly people are benefiting, they are on the program, those chronically ill people are also on the program, even these who are breastfeeding, they are also on the program. So we have captured a good number of people to be on the program. Imagine 60,000 plus, meaning in Ilunte we have, plus the odd number, we are more than 10,000 who are benefiting from social cash transfer. So it's a plus to us. We are just thanking the New Dawn government for this initiative and for continuing considering even people of Lunte.
Lastly, in agriculture news, several stakeholders have commended government for exhibiting high levels of transparency in the ongoing distribution of relief food on the Copperbelt province. Stakeholders who include priests from the Catholic Church said this after monitoring the exercise in Lufanyama district. Agrippa Silumbwe reports.
Distribution of relief maize by government has advanced in Lufanyama district, with over 3,000 households having collected so far. The people of Sokonti ward, just like other places, have not only benefited the food, but maintenance of their feeder roads through food for work component.
Ero futi aya mataba na turetire finti suma sawa ne fyakuba twamya kono musebo wawama ukwakuba chabantu bari pitira fyakuda panganda na fye na futi chawama kuli ifwe baturetera kwe fyakuda panganda abana balya twashukirako uteko waleta ko food for work wachitako inyenji abantu ba mu community babomba efo turetotera ko kubuteko pakutwangusha kwenchito.
Civic leaders and churches are keenly monitoring the exercise and are satisfied with the distribution process.
It's a commendable job that government has done. It's a very big project, a very big task. Where we are like today here in Sokontwe, there's a lot of transparency as well as the coordination, and also to identify those who can do the food for work program. I've visited the sites where they have worked. You could see that the community was committed, and they have already done some good works, especially connect the feeder roads which are connecting one village to the other, the roads that are leading to the graveyard, especially connect the feeder roads which are connecting one village to the other.
We really appreciate from government making sure that we have this food which they have sent here in Lufanyama. In my ward here, people, they received.
Distribution of relief maize is meant to act as a quick response by government in drought-affected areas in the country. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe.
The Northern Province Joint Monitoring Team on the Constituency Development Fund has expressed satisfaction with the impact the program is making on infrastructure development in Mpulungu District. Team leader Benjamin Mukumba has advised the Mpulungu Town Council to intensify monitoring of CDF projects to ensure contractors deliver according to government benchmarks of cost effectiveness, timeliness and quality. Geoffrey Piri reports that Mr. Mukumba, who is Northern Province Director of Finance, said this after he led his team in inspecting projects in Mpulungu. More in this report.
The expanded Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is impacting communities across the country through construction of vital infrastructure. This is the case at Olesha Primary School in Mpulungu District, which has benefited from the construction of the 1x3 classroom block. The school has a population of over 740 pupils against 2 available classrooms. School head teacher explains how the coming of this infrastructure will benefit pupils at the school.
This project, we've already welcomed it.
Actually, it's a very big, good project to us in the sense that at Lolesha Primary School, the enrollment which is here, we've got 749 pupils. 749 pupils against just those two classrooms which we are seeing there. So having this project, it is going to help us a lot.
The local authorities also using resources from CDF to construct other infrastructure such as health centers, schools and roads.
We were looking at opening up for farm produce. So our concentration was on those specific points where traffic was jamming or where it was difficult or where the road was impassable.
This was reviewed when the Northern Province Joint Monitoring Team on CDF visited Mpulungu to check on various projects.
Picking the local contractors to do the work, but what we just need for the council to emphasize on is the monitoring aspect, because most of the contractors have not been able to work within the timelines. So as the President has emphasized that you should deliver the quality project, good cost, and doing it within the required time frame.
Earlier, the monitoring team paid Kete score on the district administration. Geoffrey Piri, reporting for ZANIS in Mpulungu district.
In environmental news, Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi has expressed concern over the continued deforestation in the area. Colonel Katambi says the practice is retrogressive to national development as it negatively affects the communities and the country's development. He has called for active stakeholder participation in forestry preservation. More in the following report.
This is not just art, but a stride by Kiawama Secondary School to preserve the environment through recycling. With the drought currently being experienced in the nation as an effect of climate change, the call to protect the environment cannot be overemphasized.
This is what we are doing so that it helps the land, the waste to be recycled, so that it helps the land to be safe and good for everyone. Meanwhile, as we are talking about land restoration, these are part of the projects that we are doing out of many that we have done as Kiawama Secondary School Design for Change Club.
Provincial Permanent Secretary Colonel Grandson Katambi, retired, is at hand to commemorate the World Environment Day.
Zambia, with its rich biodiversity and natural resources, is both a beacon of hope and a stark reminder of the urgent need for action for our land.
Meanwhile, Solwezi Mayor has called for concerted efforts to fight climate change.
It is my hope that with the prevailing drought situation in the country, we will all double our efforts as Solwezi community to realize a sustainable environment.
This year's Environment Day is commemorated under the theme Accelerating Land Restoration for Drought Resilience in Zambia. For ZANIS in Solwezi District, Jennifer Ntoshi.
Southern Province Permanent Secretary Naman Monze has called on traditional leaders, churches and other stakeholders in the province to support the government in fighting climate change. And Chieftainess Sinazongwe says her chiefdom is open to work with the government in achieving its goals on land restoration. Details in the following report.
The devastating effects of climate change has affected people's livelihoods, threatening water, energy and food security. To mitigate these negative effects of climate change, June 5 is a global platform for raising awareness and taking action on critical environmental issues. The day serves as a reminder of collective responsibility to protect and preserve the planet. And the government is committed to providing effective policies towards climate change.
We are committed to guiding the nation towards achieving a favorable socio-economic status through effective policy implementation. We will continue to lead in the green economy and environment sector by supporting multi-sectoral approaches to address land restoration, climate change, and environmental sustainability. And one of the best ways to mitigate environmental issues is through tree planting.
The Sinazongwe District Administration, where the event for this year was held, has called for collaborative efforts in combating the climate change.
I want to request each and every person present here that we need to commit to planting a tree at least at our home.
Call to every one of us to take it as a priority and mainstream effective high degree of environmental management on our day-to-day lives, considering that our communities and the Sinazongwe district is part and various environmental challenges, and the drought is not an exemption.
And so I want to implore and call upon our citizens and all the stakeholders to make use of this money called CDF, Constituent Development Fund, by coming up with projects that are going to mitigate drought and also fight environmental degradation.
Chieftainess Sinazongwe pledged to plant more trees in the chiefdom, starting from her palace as an example.
The Sinazongwe chiefdom will be a greener pasture. I'm happy that my headmen are in our midst. As a traditional leader, go with this important message that it will start from our households.
Costa Kimdenda, ZANIS, in Sinazongwe District, Southern Province.
Mimbula Mineral Limited of Chingola District on the Copperbelt Province, a subsidiary of Moxico Resources, has embarked on a massive tree planting exercise in order to mitigate effects of climate change and to promote environmental protection. The company has since commenced a massive tree planting exercise within the company greenfield areas to replace the trees that were cut during the mining activities when the mine commenced its operations. More details in the following report by Ian Chomba.
Mimbula Minerals Limited, a subsidiary company of Moxico Resources, located about 15 kilometers off Chingola Central Business District, is a new mine on the Copperbelt Province, which has placed environmental and mine safety among its priority areas of their operations. It is for this reason that the company has embarked on a massive tree planting exercise to mitigate effects of climate change. A development meant to supplement government efforts in mitigating effects of climate change.
The policy has been more, has stated a number of things. I think to just mention a few is to comply with the regional and international environmental laws. So apart from the regulation, following the regulations and the standards as the statutory obligations that we have, this is actually affirming what we have said in our environmental policy. And the tree planting exercise like we have done today.
The company has since commenced this exercise as the nation also commemorates World Environmental Day.
So far, for this World Environmental Day, we bought 100 trees to be planted just for this event, because we were using this event just to do a flagship for the already planned activities to plant.
The company management has implored its employees to be environmental ambassadors in the various communities they live.
Planting exercise like we have done today is going to help not only sensitize the Mimbula employees, but as they go out of the mine, they have in mind that this should be carried even to their various homes. Because apparently environment is like safety. It's a personal issue. If we take it as a company or we take it as a group, you're going to forget that it's an individual involvement.
And the mine employees have since embraced the development.
The importance of environmental protection and sustainability. We have learned, shared, inspired each other to take action for a greener future.
The move by Mimbula Minerals Limited to embark on a massive tree planting exercise should be supported and emulated by other corporate entities in order to supplement government efforts in mitigating effects of climate change. I'm Ian Chomba reporting for ZANIS in Chingola.
Finally, in our news, Dr. Waza Kaunda, the second-born son of first Republican President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, has been put to rest at his late father's residence in State Lodge. We have more in this report.
Friends and family today gathered to pay their final respects to Dr. Waza Kaunda, second-born son to the late first Republican President, late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Dr. Waza Kaunda, who died on 3rd March 2024, was buried at his late father's residence in State Lodge. Family to the deceased expressed gratitude to those who spared a moment to comfort and mourn with them.
The doctors who attended to our brother during this crisis, they did all their best they could to keep him alive. But when God calls, no man can change the course. So thank you very much. You fought a long battle, but the war sometimes is lost. But it was a noble loss. Thank you very much.
Earlier, a funeral procession was held at St. Ignatius Church, where the family shared stories and memories with their beloved departed.
47.5 years since we made our marriage vows. Together, we made many memories that will last forever. We laughed, we cried, and shared the most wonderful moments. His amazing kindness and humility has touched not only our family, but all who knew him.
Awaza was a mark of true and faithful discipleship. He healed the sick, he cared for the sick, he served the sick, and he did it all with a very big heart and a humble disposition.
Helped me to appreciate the more basic things in life, like having more than one meal in a day and the luxury of an education.
St. Ignatius Assistant Parish Priest gave homily that centered on love for one another.
The whole meaning of the resurrection is about love. And love begins now. Love is not something you wait for your death and resurrection. Love is what begins now and what goes on all through your life.
Dr. Wazamazama Francis Ngombo Kaunda was born on March 27, 1950, and is survived by a wife, 5 children, and 3 grandchildren. Bupe Sendo for ZANIS in Lusaka.
As we end the news, a recap of stories that made headlines. Luansha Central Business District roadworks almost complete. Government to continue implementing health sector reforms. Chipikula Primary School in Chipata records reduction in pupil absenteeism. Plus, government announces 2023-2024 crop forecast survey. On that note, we end ZANIS News. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, not forgetting Renard Simkonda, our sign language interpreter, I'm Alice Panda saying goodbye and God bless you.